Should you visit Epic Universe in 2026? Now, this is one of the most popular questions that I get literally almost every day. So I figured I'd make a quick video to kind of point people to and to kind of let you know if Epic Universe is worth visiting in 2026. This might be a weird thing to hear because Epic Universe is the new crown jewel in the theme park world. It's one of the best theme parks out there. The 4 lands in this theme park, Super Nintendo World, Dark Universe, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and Isle of Berk are some of my favorite theme park lands out there. They have some of the best rides out there when everything's working great. So what could be the issue? Well, that's just it. When everything's working great, which is still very rare. What this video is meant to do is just tell you what you could experience there, both good and bad, to give you some perspective and some heads up on what to go into, and to kind of help you determine if this is worth visiting. Because there is a small change in 2026 that I think is both good and bad. So let's break it all down right now. First of all, I don't want to be too negative on Epic Universe completely, okay? I do love this park, and I've had some of my favorite theme park days ever already at this park in previews and opening weekend. Like I said, the lands are so awesome. I could spend forever in these lands. It looks gorgeous. They're so well done. There's so much detail, so much to explore. It's awesome. I love each and every single one for their own reasons. They're great. The shows at this theme park are very good, specifically the How to Train Your Dragon show. I think that's one of the best theme park shows I've ever seen. I love that show. The food is definitely a huge step up for Universal. Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, I've given them a lot of flack because I don't think their food is all that amazing and it's harder to find a good meal there. Not at Epic Universe. I've had pretty much all solid meals, some good meals, and some great meals. There's been equally, I didn't have a bad meal when I visited there, and they haven't even opened all their restaurants yet, but both their sit-down restaurants and their quick service restaurants really delivered for me, so they definitely stepped that up. The entertainment, the interactions there with Igor and Dark Universe, the characters in How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, the characters in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, all have been great interactions. Pretty much Mario's the only one that I saw a lot of lines. The other ones had roaming characters. And they were all great interactions. And I'm not a character guy. I don't wait in line to meet characters. It's really not my thing. They were all great, fun, unique, loved it. All those things, very, very good. So where's the negatives? Well, all of those are great. If everything is working, it's perfect weather outside, and it's not super busy. Which is, like I said, rarely the case, and even more so in 2026. Here are some things to just prep you for the visit and some things you need to be aware of, okay? Now, I do want to make it clear, this is not just me and my experience. Epic Universe currently has a 2.3 on TripAdvisor, ranked as like the 381st thing to do in Orlando out of 471. That's crazy. The Google reviews have it at a 3.8, and for every good review, there's a bad review. And guess what? They're both right. If you get a good day at Epic Universe, it's one of the best theme park days. If you get a bad day, it's going to feel like one of your worst. Number 1 is operational issues. This theme park definitely opened a little too early, in my opinion. I think it was a little too early, but the decision was made and it happened. Universal knows this too. They've been limiting the capacity, not just because their rides are low capacity, because they knew operational issues were going to happen. Obviously, some of these rides are some of the best theme park rides on the planet. What comes with that and all that new technology is issues. It seems like so long ago that Rise of the Resistance was one of these things that was happening. I mean, it was on virtual queue for a while. There was issues, it would be down for a while, everything like that. Well, there's a couple of Rise of the Resistance in this park. Specifically the main one, Battle at the Ministry, but Minecart Madness as well. Additional issues aren't just gonna clean up in 2026. These are things that are gonna have to continue to maintain. Are they getting better at it? Absolutely. Are things becoming more reliable? Absolutely. And will they in 2026? Absolutely. But if you have that bad luck, you could go on a day where the operational issues are not your friend. And not only one of these attractions will be having them, a ton of other ones will be having them. If you're going to Epic Universe and you're planning to do these popular rides, a high chance one of them, at least one of them, will go down for an extended period of time, and you may or may not get on it that day. My next 2 issues have to do with the weather. In this park at Epic Universe, it is hot, hot, hot. All know about Florida and Orlando. It is hot, hot, hot. The fall, honestly, the weather's been really nice, so it's been great to visit Epic Universe. But next year, come early spring, through that summer, through into middle of fall, when that sun is out, you are gonna be getting burnt. Toasted. There is not a lot of shade in this park. There is not a lot of indoor rides in this park. There's multiple outdoor queues, not a ton of shade to go around. Celestial Park, while beautiful and not even reached its peak yet, it's going to be even better, doesn't have a lot of shade. Even when the trees grow in, I don't think there will be a ton of shade. You will be out in the sun. You will be getting burnt. You will be needing a lot of water. It is going to be hot in that park. There's no other way around it. The other thing that happens in Florida is rain. And if it rains here, oh boy. 7 of the 11 rides go down for rain. 7 attractions that will go down for rain and only 4 left. So what happens during that period of time? Everybody goes to those things that are open or goes to the restaurants and they all become jam-packed. If you are going to Epic Universe and you're planning it, especially during the summer, you're going to have to deal with an intense amount of heat. You're going to have to deal with rain. Some days, yes, the rain will come and go quickly, sometimes multiple times. Some days, the rain will come and stay for a while. And that means you're going to lose hours of your time at this park. Now, a lot of the Orlando theme parks are built like this. It's hot, obviously, in every theme park. But other theme parks are built well for rain. You have Magic Kingdom has a lot of indoor attractions, as does Hollywood Studios, as does Universal Studios, as does Epcot. There are a lot of parks that have a lot of attractions that are indoors. Epic Universe, at least right now, isn't quite there yet. A lot of their attractions are outdoors. Now you might be saying, Josh, what about the shows? I gotta be honest with you. The shows go down quite frequently too. At least when I visited last, and what I've been hearing is they still do go down. They are some very high-tech shows that involve a lot of tech. It's not just somebody coming out and singing or performing a dance. There's a lot of tech and effects and things going into these shows. It makes them great. It also makes them break down frequently. So there is a chance that as all of your rides are going down to weather, the show you are about to do is also going down. It's a potential option. It may or may not happen. I'm just here to prepare you for those things. Part of the reason, and I see it in all these reviews that I'm reading, is that is the case. That these people, it all went down due to rain, and they feel like they wasted their day. All of this leads into the number one thing you will 100% have to deal with. Even if it's operationally great, even if you have a picture perfect weather day, it's not hot, there's not a cloud in the sky, it's beautiful, you will have to deal with this. High wait times. These wait times are going to be high. And I understand you're like, hey, it's a brand new theme park. We're kind of preparing for that. No. These wait times are going to be high. Like Donkey Kong Minecart Madness is always at a 2 to 3 hour wait. Is it worth that? Absolutely not. This attraction is extremely low capacity. It's at like 700 to 800 an hour, I believe. It's definitely under 1,000. And you look at like Disney rides in comparison to that, right? You have rides like Spaceship Earth, Toy Story Mania. You have rides like Small World. Even though 2 out of 3 of those aren't big time attractions, they're getting 2,000 to 3,000 people per hour. Almost triple to quadruple what Donkey Kong Minecart Madness is getting through per hour. So those lines tend to move. On top of that, Donkey Kong is a super popular attraction, so people will be waiting. On top of that, if it rains and it goes down, guess what? All those people that didn't get to do it during that are all going to come back and continue to add to the line. It's not like it's going to be open all day and free flowing. Battle at the Ministry, one of the most advanced rides we have ever seen. Popular rides you're going to see at any theme park. What does that mean? High wait time, because it can go down at any point in time. Even if it's not and working perfect, it's going to have a high wait time. There's a few great capacity rides in here. One is Monsters Unchained. That is your best, extremely high capacity ride. It matches some of those other ones we do. Great capacity, and it's indoors. So you have those protections there. It also happens to be one of the best. So it's just awesome. Monsters Unchained, phenomenal. However, there has been days that it hasn't even opened. Whether that's been scheduled or not, I don't know, but it wasn't on the website. It didn't notify people it was going to be closed that day, and it was. And people were obviously, rightfully, very upset. And I get it. I'd be pissed too. So there is still a chance, even if it's not on the website, that a ride you want to do will just be closed that day. But Monsters Unchained and Stardust Racers for a roller coaster, very high capacity as well. Let's just hope it's not raining and that both sides are operating. Minecart Madness, but also Mario Kart, an indoor attraction so it's protected, but a low capacity ride. The wait times there also are always pushing 2 hours at least. It is a very popular ride, and if all the stuff goes down, it becomes even more popular for people to get out of the rain. To make it clear that if you were going to Epic Universe, all 4 of these things are potentially things, depending on when you're going to have to deal with. Yes, towards the middle and end of 2026, the operational issues will continue to get cleaned up. There's going to be rain, there's going to be heat, and regardless, there's going to be high wait times. Universal is slowly upping the capacity, so all these wait times I'm saying is before they have even upped capacity. This park desperately needs more flat rides, more dark rides, more things to do indoors and won't go down to weather. But unfortunately, in 2026, That stuff's not coming. There is, however, one big change for 2026 that is going to kind of help you. And I say kind of because, like everything, there's a good and a bad side to it. The good side of it is essentially Epic Universe will be on their Park Hopper ticket. You can get a 3-day ticket for all 3 theme parks in 2026. So that means you can go into Epic Universe at any day. Problems, and one of the big complaints people have right now is that they only get the 1-day ticket at Epic Universe. So if they don't do everything, they feel like they really missed out. Park Hopper, you could do a couple things at Epic Universe. If it gets busy, you could hop to Islands, you could hop to Universal Studios, and then hop back, or you could do it tomorrow, right? Friday you wanted to do is down today, well, you could always hop back tomorrow to make sure you do it, right? It's not that far from Universal, even though it's not like super connected. It's not that far. You could easily park hop here. It takes a little bit more time out of your day, but you could. So at least that's an option where you're like, hey, we didn't get this done today. We're going to try to come back tomorrow and maybe do that first. Or maybe we're going to come back tomorrow and, stay late to do that ride. Negative about this 3-day park hopper is Universal likes to close their parks early, especially now that Epic Universe is open. Epic Universe is the one open until 10 p.m. Well, just this past year during Horror Nights and just this past couple weeks in November, the Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure Park closed at 7 and 8. What was open till 10? Epic Universe. Where is everybody gonna go as these parks are closing? Epic Universe. So before, where regardless of when the other parks closed, if you didn't have an Epic Universe ticket, you weren't going. You had these single day ones. Now you have a bunch of people who are going to spend their mornings at Universal, at Islands of Adventure, and hop over to Epic Universe, especially because Epic Universe looks great at night. So now you have all those people coming here who weren't coming here before. So the good news is you can do Epic Universe in multiple days. The bad news is so can everybody else. All of this is not to scare you to go to this park. I want you to go and have a great time. But I'm trying to give you all honest answers about what to expect because at least one of these things you're pretty much guaranteed to deal with. Which one or how many? I don't know. It depends on when you're going. But you got to look at all these variables due to weather, operationally, if you're going in the beginning or end of 2026. The other theme park hours are, if the other theme parks are closing early those couple days, Epic's going to be more packed at night, where right now it kind of dies down towards the evening. Those are just factors I want you to look at when you're planning your trip and you kind of decide what you want to do. My best recommendation for you is to try to do at least a day and a half at Epic. And obviously by Express. Express is going to take all the stress out of that, where you can really enjoy these lands and not just be running from ride to ride. But I understand that's not realistic for a lot of people, especially families, to be dropping $1,000-some on 1-day Express. I'm going to try to get to Epic Universe a couple times in 2026 to kind of give you some vlogs and kind of give you an update on how the whole experience is there. The thing for you guys visiting is annual pass holders have not been added onto it and probably won't in 2026. So when that happens too, understand you need to go and experience that before that happens, because when annual pass holders get added on, it's going to be nuts in that park. Watching this week, I hope I helped some people out here, helped you plan. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do videos around the Orlando theme parks all the time. I appreciate it. See you on Thursday.